Well, g'day guys, it's Wazzer here again here at the Victorian Caravan and Camping Supershow here in 2015, and I'm here with Craig from Harrison F Trucks. How are you, mate?
I'm very good, thanks, Warren. Yourself?
Really good, mate. Now, I've spent the whole show walking past your stand.
Yes.
And you just can't help but look, can you?
I mean, they're an impressive truck.
The Ford Super Duty Series is what you call them.
Yes.
They are impressive.
Yes.
I mean, they are really big trucks. Just give the audience a little bit of an overview about the trucks, and then we'll ask you a few more curly questions.
Okay, well, I suppose we'll start off with the nuts and bolts. The engine is a 6.7 V8 single turbo diesel.
Oh, so it's just got a little bit
just
under the
a little
hood.
bit of grunt. So it's powered up with about 440 horsepower
Yeah.
or 1166 newton meters of torque.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So obviously you come to the caravan shows because it's perfect for the caravan market.
Yeah, they are perfect for that. And I think one of the things that gets a little lost in the translation is people think that they're very uneconomical. And the reality is they're terrific.
Yeah.
Because
they've been engineered that way.
They have been. Yeah. And we just had the farm and machinery guys do a 2-week review on the truck. And they towed just under 3 tonne for 2 weeks and averaged 13.8 litres per 100 kilometres.
Wow. Really?
So, yeah.
That's possible.
Yeah, the guy has done it. He's put it out there in writing, and that's not a heavy load for that truck. I mean, they're complied to 4.5 tonnes.
Well, there's not too many caravans that would top 3.5, mate. So
no, that's right. Yeah, but you know what we do find with the towing of the vehicles, lots of guys are doing them through Saharas and that sort of vehicle, which they are adequate. Yeah. But obviously they're working a little harder than what this big fella would do to pull you around the country.
Well, we just had a guy from Royal Flair Caravans, Billy from Royal Flair Caravans, towed his Royal Flair Piazza family van around. It's got a big balcony out the front, and that's probably one of the biggest caravans I've ever seen. Yeah. But he was towing it with an F100. But I mean, you've talked about 250s and 550s, and I mean that would be like you're towing nothing, wouldn't it?
Yeah, they are. Once you getting even up to 4.5 tonne. I mean, there's no stress with this vehicle. I mean, actually in America, the same truck's complied to 6 tonne. And the same truck here in Australia, if you were to modify your air braking system from the truck to your caravan, they can tow up to 7 tonne.
Wow.
Yeah.
So the farmers love these trucks too, wouldn't they?
Yeah, the farmers, and they're a great work ute as well. So yeah, we get a lot, take the box off, put a tray on, use them as the workhorse, and obviously they can double up as towing. 5th wheelers for the big caravan guys.
And they look sexy.
Yeah, they do.
They really do, don't they?
They really do.
So, and you really can't help it. I mean, do you go to many of the caravan shows at all?
Look, we do a lot of farm machinery day shows and a few caravan and camping and boating shows. But we're getting out to a few more because we think the market's now such that there's lots of people out there looking, and comparison vehicle tow-wise, there's nothing in the market.
Well, there isn't. No. I mean, you need, and certainly if you really want some peace of mind, if you've got a larger caravan, that they're a perfect product to have.
Exactly
in front
right,
of it,
Warren, and that's what we probably spend most of the time emphasising with people. There is cars and vehicles out there that are they do a great job, but you're getting up to the Rolls Royce of your tow in these trucks. Plus, I think some of the things people don't associate with Ford, some of the mod cons in them, heated and cooled seats, sat nav, full leather finish. I mean, they're a lovely truck.
Yeah, I did a trip up the Gibb River Road last year. Would have been nice to have one of these on the journey with us. I got to tell you. Yeah. So I noticed you talked about having the 150, which is a petrol model.
That's right.
Tell us a little bit more about that one.
Well, the 150s I sort of liken it more to a vehicle that people have a little fun in. Great tow. It can tow up to 3.3 tonne. Yep. But it's one of those vehicles, big boy's toy, if you like. People with a boat, or just carrying, taking their van down to the river for the weekend, or just towing a boat around.
Well, they want a bit more high performance.
High performance. I mean, that particular truck there is a 6.2 litre V8 petrol. And again, everyone goes, wow, what's your economy like? I took that one on a 3-hour drive up to Yarrawonga. I was very fortunate the boss let me take it. And just cruising at 110, 14 litres per 100. So, yeah. It's like anything. If you want to stick the foot into it...
It's quite incredible, isn't it? Because I mean, they're not small.
No, they're not. And we're really pleased. Hopefully by May of this year, we'll have the new F150 that's just coming out into Australia. Yep. It's an aluminium body shape. Nice. It's coming out in a 5-litre V8 and an EcoBoost 3.6 twin turbo.
You got it down to a 5-litre?
Yeah, they have. And surprisingly, in America, we're hearing that the EcoBoost twin turbo V6 is actually a more popular engine in the trucks, which is unusual.
Do you need turbo on it? I mean, you plan on going to the moon anytime soon?
Yeah, Warren, they're very quick trucks. We've got a couple of single cab. They're called Tremors in the 150 variety back at the shop, and they are a super quick truck. 380 horsepower we're pulling out of it in a V6. Yeah.
Wow.
So we're talking about big boys, toys and fun, and that's the sort of power output you're getting out of the trucks.
Now, as we all know, Australians have a love for diesel.
Yes.
Right. So obviously the next ones to talk about are your 250 to 550 range. What would make them? I mean, obviously they'd be pretty popular at a show like this. I know just Australians just seem to have this thing about diesel. Let's talk about the petrol versus the diesel for a second.
Well, obviously all of the Super Duties come in diesel only, so only the 150 comes in petrol. And as I said, I think the 150 is a totally different market. It's not what we would be aiming at here. We've brought that to show guys and give it if you've heard, we've started up.
I'm sure you get a few people get excited about it.
Yeah, we've got a Roush exhaust kit on that, so when it starts up, it sounds awesome, as opposed to the diesel. And again, just getting back to, I guess we just wouldn't be targeting a caravan guy who walked into our shop and said, look, you know, I want to put 4 tonne behind that Raptor, how's it going to go? Or that 150, it's not the truck for you. It's just matching up the diesel, which is predominantly what we're here for, to show the guys the 250s to the 550s.
But diesels don't drive like diesels nowadays, do they? They're a lot more sophisticated. So.
Well, you said that word, not me. You're right. And with the second generation 6.7 diesel, which is in the new MY15s, which we have over on display, they've pulled 40 more horsepower out of the exact same engine, and it's all in the torque, so it's all in the bottom end. Once you actually stick your foot into the truck to tow, to get off that initial start point on your toe, that's where we've noticed a bit more grunt just in the bottom end. But just cruising on the highway, there's not much difference between the old engine and the new.
Yep. Now we talked about the way that you get those trucks here out of the Ford factory, and then you go through some conversion and you look at some strict testing and compliance. Do you want to run the audience through that, because they may not actually understand how that all happens, to make sure that they're buying obviously something that's pretty fantastic? Yeah,
Warren, I think that's the most critical thing in our space, which is the conversion space. And these trucks that we bring in are done to a full volume silver compliance standard, which is the highest standard of conversion that you can have in Australia. So to give you an example, our truck to achieve a silver compliance standard, originally when we set out on this journey 11 or 12 years ago with our compliance partner VDC, we had to actually convert the truck right-handed, take it back over to America and do 5,000 miles around the Michigan Proving Ground, then bring it back into Australia, take the truck up and do 30,000 kilometres in the outback. So stuff like that is just proof of the quality of the truck, and as close to OEM and QVM, which is the quality assurance that Ford look for when we tamper with their vehicle, if you like, or take it from left to right.
So you already know what the truck's going to be like a year or two down the track.
Exactly right.
You know what under those sorts of conditions.
Under those conditions, and it was more so for...
You don't test all of them, right?
Not all of them, no. But again, when the 17 model comes out, we will probably have to do that to crash test them again, take them over there and prove the new model when the new model comes out 17, 18. Look, it's a pretty stringent standard, and I think, again, once you're getting into this space, it's something that's a critical question when you're looking at converted trucks or cars. Who's doing it, how they're doing it, and the quality of it. And it makes a huge difference to A, your saleability down the track, and B, the reliability of your truck that you're getting into now. And we've been fortunate. We've been around, as I said, about 11 or 12 years now. We've done, between VDC and ourselves, around 600 to 700 Super Duties.
Wow.
And our trucks have travelled over 60 million kilometres around Australia, from Darwin down to Tassie.
60 million kilometres.
Yeah.
That's a fair testing ground, isn't it?
I reckon it's a good sign that our trucks are pretty good, and we back it up with a 4-year, 130,000 kilometre warranty. So, yeah.
Oh, that's really good. Some peace of mind. I mean, that's what people want to know, I guess. From a caravanner's perspective, they want to know when they're obviously purchasing a relatively expensive caravan to put on the back of whatever they want to tow it with, they want to make sure that whatever's going to tow it also has the capabilities and it's going to help them with that risk factor, obviously.
Yeah, absolutely, Warren. Yeah, no, you're looking at a decent caravan in one of those trucks, it's well over $200,000. So when you're driving through Birdsville and your single turbo happens to blow, you need to know, A, that we can get you one up there to fix it, but hopefully it doesn't happen very often. Yeah,
that's right, absolutely. And they want to, as I said, the whole thing's an investment. I mean, people, certainly when people retire, they put a lot of money into their car and their caravan so they can go do the big tour, and you want to make sure you're going to be safe. You're going to stand out though too, aren't you?
Yeah, they're a statement, but as much as they're a statement, they're just
look at me! I'm in the big truck.
Yeah. I guess one of the things too, Warren, which I find fascinating in the car space is your resale.
Yeah.
And if people do some research on trying to buy a 2010, 11, 12 or 13 Super Duty, you see what you pay for them in resale. They are a phenomenally high resale value on the truck. I'll give you an example. We bought a truck back this week, a 2011 250 Lariat, which is Super Duty. The guy had done 160,000 kilometres, and we paid $85,000 for his truck, and I think his new truck price was 111 from memory.
Wow.
Yeah, so, you're talking a 4.5-year-old truck.
Oh, absolutely. You get some good mileage out of it. So, now, obviously people who can't come to the show and they want to find you, now you've got a couple of locations. I know you've got one in Victoria and Queensland?
Yes, we're up at Maroochydore on the Sunshine Coast, and we're
nice part of the world.
Beautiful part of the world.
Is that where you come from?
No, unfortunately I'm at sunny Melton.
Okay, all right, so you're stuck in the Victorian side.
Yeah, I'm in the Victorian side. But
you're going to look for a transfer, Craig.
The boss sends me up there occasionally, so it's okay.
They've got good golf courses up there too, mate.
They have, but I can't get out of the office. So, but yeah, no, it's terrific. So we branched out up there about 7 or 8 months ago, our showroom.
Yep.
We've got a nice range of trucks up there, and obviously down in Melton we've got a large showroom and display down there.
And you're looking at a new premise in Sydney?
Yeah, we've just started up a sub branch up there with PH Auto Group in Pennant Hills. A guy called Ian Creek, who's a terrific fellow. He's been doing some due diligence on the Super Duties with us over the last 6 months, and we're really pleased to say that he's now taken 4 or 5 trucks up there, some Harrison F trucks, and we're having a branch up there in Sydney as well, because it is a growing market as much as they're an expensive truck and a large truck. We're getting a lot of people out driving around with vans and boats, and some of the things I'd like people to probably be aware of too, which we didn't touch on prior to the interview, but we're bringing in some trucks. They're from Tuscany, which if they're pimped up F trucks. Tuscany in Elkhart, Indiana is the name of the company. So what we're doing there is we're taking a basic Ford, taking it out to this place, and we're pimping them up. So we've got some Black Ops full black trucks.
You blokes just have an awful job, don't
we
you?
do. It's fun. We've got a couple of Tonka Yellows, and they're actually called Tonka trucks. So some specialty varieties that are coming out. If you think those ones over there look mean and aggressive, watch this space on our webpage.
Oh, well, and speaking of, actually, before we get on to your web pages, are you going to go anywhere else out around? Obviously, you're going to be on the eastern seaboard then. You will have covered off at least those 3 states. You're looking at opening up Harrison F trucks anywhere else? Or?
Look, I think personally I'd like to get across to Perth. I think there's a decent market over there, and we can get into the mines.
Well, especially with the minings, market.
Yeah, look, I think ultimately we'd like to be around at least into Perth and maybe even South Australia. I mean, the trucks do sell, as I said, from Darwin down to Tassie, and we've delivered a couple into Tassie this week. So, there's a good market for them. And we've got to be exposed a little more than probably what we have been over the last 8 to 10 years.
Okay. All right, guys, so if you can't come to the show and you can't see these fantastic trucks in person right here, you can obviously see them at any of their great locations, one in Melton, Victoria, Maroochydore up in Queensland, and keep your eye out on Sydney and Perth.
Yes.
But if they want to see them online, they can, what's the website?
Yeah, it's at harrisontrucks.com.au.
Yep.
And most of our stock is there, and I'd encourage people to click on the Tuscany icon on our webpage as well, and have a look at some of these things we'll be bringing in April, May of this year.
I've got no doubt we've got a bit of an audience who's very excited about this kind of thing, so I'm sure you'll get a bit of web traffic off the back of it. So that's Harrison F, the letter F.
Yes, that's
trucks.com.au. You got a Facebook page as well?
Yes, we do.
Well, we'll make sure we tag it in just up here somewhere when we get out on the social stratosphere. And make sure, I'm sure you put a lot of your developments and fun stuff on there as well. So
yeah, we do. And look, I think the Facebook page is a great warts and all chat that people have.
Yeah. They give you feedback
too. They give you
yeah.
some positive and some negative. It's all great. But as the caravan and camping and boating guys do, you know, when they're touring around Australia, they talk about different things and different vans. And fortunately, on our Facebook page, there's lots of that about the trucks, and also on some of the caravan and camping sites as well, where you get across there and have a read of what some of the people are talking about with the trucks. It's interesting.
It's important. The community is important. I mean, you guys can't improve what you do if you don't get that feedback. So negative's not always negative feedback. Sometimes it can just be good constructive criticism and help you perfect the product.
Yeah, absolutely right. Yeah.
Craig, thanks so much. harrisonftrucks.com.au. Thanks so much for coming in, mate.
Thanks for having us, Warren.
Good on you.
What's up, Downunder?